Welcome back, everyone, to our deep dive into trading in the zone. I know you guys have been putting in the work grappling with those 5 fundamental truths of trading from the earlier chapters.
Really laying the groundwork.
Yeah, and today, things get really fascinating as we unpack Chapter 9, the nature of beliefs.
It's like we've laid the foundation, explored the raw materials of the trading landscape, right?
Right.
And now we're going to see how our beliefs are the architects shaping our entire trading experience.
You know, I think a lot of us, myself included, we kind of gloss over that word, beliefs, you
Well,
know?
yeah, for sure.
To think, yeah, mindset, I get it. But Chapter 9 really digs into where beliefs come from,
Yeah, how they actually work.
how they work on a fundamental level, and how that relates to trading.
It's easy to underestimate.
Oh, yeah.
But Mark Douglas makes the point that ignoring this might make those trading exercises in Chapter 11 useless.
Oh.
So consider this crucial groundwork.
Okay, so let's unpack this. He starts with this idea that beliefs are structured energy. That sounds pretty abstract, right?
It did to me at first.
Yeah.
But think about it this way. Just like our physical bodies are formed from energy,
Okay.
our beliefs are formed from the energy of our experiences and the structure of language.
So you're saying that it's not just what happens to us, but also how we make sense of it through language that shapes our beliefs.
Exactly. He uses the analogy of an infant to illustrate this.
Oh,
Imagine a newborn baby. The world is just pure sensory input, sights, sounds, smells.
right.
No labels attached.
Yeah.
Just raw data, like pure memory.
So how do we go from that to having beliefs about the world?
That's where language comes in.
Okay.
As we start learning words, we begin linking those sensory experiences to concepts. Let's say a baby experiences the warmth and comfort of being held.
Okay.
That feeling might get linked to the phrase, life is good.
Yeah.
And there you have it. The seed of a belief is planted.
But of course it works both ways, right?
Absolutely.
If a child consistently experiences neglect or harsh treatment, those negative feelings might get linked to phrases like, right, the world is a dangerous place,
Totally.
or I'm not worthy of love.
And these early beliefs, positive or negative, can become deeply ingrained.
Yeah.
They form the lens through which we see ourselves and the world around us.
And here's where it gets really interesting. He tells this story about a free money experiment on Michigan Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
Picture this.
Yeah.
You're walking down busy Michigan Avenue in Chicago.
Okay.
There's a guy just standing there with a sign that says, free money, today only.
Wow.
And he has a sack of cash ready to hand it out to anyone who asks.
You'd think people would be lining up, right?
Right. But the crazy thing is, almost no one took the money.
Their belief that free money doesn't exist was so strong that they couldn't even see the opportunity right in front of them.
It's fascinating.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so how does this relate to trading?
Sure.
I mean, it's a cool story, but
Think about it. How many times have you passed up a potentially great trade because of some deeply ingrained belief about risk, about your ability to pick winners, or maybe even a fear of success?
wow, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like those people walking past the free money.
Right.
They're so blinded by their beliefs that they can't even recognize a golden opportunity when it's staring them in the face.
Now, imagine someone who did take the money.
Okay.
Maybe someone whose life experiences led them to believe that unexpected good fortune is possible. How do you think they felt? Probably elated, excited.
Yeah, I
rumbling.
can see that their belief was reinforced.
Exactly.
But Douglas takes it a step further
Okay.
and asks us to imagine that same person later realizing they could have asked for more money. I bet that elation would quickly turn to regret.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because now another belief kicks in.
Oh.
The belief that they missed out. There wasn't enough.
Right.
Suddenly, even though they got free money, they're experiencing a negative emotion based on a belief about scarcity.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If our beliefs shape our reality this much,
Right.
how do we even know what's really true in the market? It's almost dizzying when you really stop and think about it.
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Mark Douglas offers a perspective that is incredibly valuable.
Okay.
He says truth is what works.
Okay, I have to admit, that's a little cryptic.
Sure.
Break that down for me.
Okay.
What does he mean by truth is what works?
He's saying that a belief is true to the extent that it helps us achieve our goals.
Okay.
So if your trading beliefs about the market, about risk, about your own abilities are consistently leading to losses, frustration, and emotional turmoil,
Then those beliefs, even if they feel incredibly real to you,
yeah,
aren't true in a functional sense. They're not serving you in the market.
Precisely. And this is crucial for anyone looking to improve their trading.
Yeah.
It's not about blindly accepting any belief as valid.
Oh.
It's about recognizing that beliefs have consequences. We need to evaluate them based on their results in the real world in our trading accounts.
So if we're carrying around beliefs about trading that are causing us to self-sabotage, make impulsive decisions, or constantly second-guess ourselves.
Chapter 9 is a wake-up call to examine those beliefs closely.
Right.
Because as Douglas points out, simply understanding the nature of beliefs isn't enough.
We have to actively work to align our beliefs with the realities of the market if we want to achieve consistent success.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like trying to navigate a maze with a map that's completely wrong.
Exactly. It's interesting how Douglas approaches this idea of truth in trading. He's not saying all beliefs are equal or that there's no objective reality to the market.
Right. It's not like we just manifest millions by believing hard enough.
Right.
There are real mechanics at play.
Exactly. He's saying our beliefs need to be aligned with how the market actually works. It's like imagine setting sail with a belief that the wind always blows in one direction.
Yeah, you're not going to get very far, are you?
Yeah.
Probably end up shipwrecked.
And that's what happens to so many traders who cling to beliefs that don't reflect reality.
Right.
They might believe they can predict every move, avoid losses completely, or that there's some magic system for guaranteed profits.
So even if these beliefs feel really true to them,
right,
if they don't match how the market works, they're setting themselves up for disappointment.
It leads to frustration, losses, and sometimes people give up on trading altogether.
It's tough.
So the question becomes, how do we identify those beliefs that are holding us back and replace them with beliefs that actually support our goals?
Well, this is where those 5 fundamental truths come in, right?
Yeah.
Douglas argues that these truths offer a solid foundation for building a belief system that's in sync with the realities of trading.
Absolutely. Let's recap them quickly.
Okay, so first, anything can happen in the market. No guarantees, no certainties, just endless possibilities. It's a wild ride.
Which means trying to predict every market move is a fool's errand.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Second truth, you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money.
That one was a mind bender for me.
Yeah.
Isn't the whole point of trading trying to figure out where the market's headed?
It's a common assumption, but Douglas challenges that.
Okay.
He says focusing on prediction takes us out of the present moment where the real trading opportunities exist.
Right.
It's like driving a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror.
You're going to crash.
Exactly.
So we need to be more in the moment, focused on what's happening now.
Right.
What's the third truth?
There is a random distribution of wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge.
Okay, so even with a solid trading strategy, we can't expect to win on every trade.
Right.
There will be losses, and that's normal.
Which brings us to the fourth truth. An edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. It's about tilting the odds in our favor, not achieving perfect certainty.
It's like knowing the casino has a slight advantage.
Yeah.
But you can still have winning streaks.
Right. And finally, the fifth truth, every moment in the market is unique.
So what happened in the past, even if it seems like a repeating pattern, doesn't guarantee what will happen in the future.
Now here's the key.
Okay.
Each of these truths, if fully embraced, can be turned into a powerful belief that can transform your trading experience. It's like taking those raw ingredients and building something amazing with them.
So let's take that first truth. Anything can happen. How do we integrate that into our belief system in a way that actually serves us?
Okay.
I mean, it sounds kind of scary at first.
It starts with truly accepting the uncertainty of the market, not just intellectually, but emotionally.
Yeah.
Because if we're constantly fighting against the idea that anything can happen,
we're going to be super stressed out. Like trying to force the market to do what we want.
Right.
Which we know is impossible.
Exactly. It's like being on a roller coaster while desperately wishing it were a leisurely train ride.
Yeah.
You're not going to enjoy the experience.
Right.
But if we can accept that anything can happen, it frees us from the need to control or predict every outcome.
Which I'm guessing ties into that second truth.
Right.
You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money.
Right.
If we're not trying to control everything, we can be more present.
Exactly. By letting go of the need to predict, we can focus on what's actually happening right now.
Right.
We can learn to identify those moments where our edge is present and take action.
Right.
Without needing to know for certain what will happen next.
I can see how that would be incredibly liberating.
Yeah.
But also it's scary. What if we make the wrong decision? What if we miss out on a big win?
That's where the third truth comes in.
Okay.
The random distribution of wins and losses. Remember, even the best traders don't win on every trade.
So it's not about being perfect.
Right.
But about managing risk.
Exactly. What separates the pros from the amateurs is their ability to manage risk, to accept losses as part of the game,
right,
and to stay focused on their overall edge.
So having a system that can handle those inevitable losing streaks without getting thrown off course.
You got it.
It's like knowing that even the best baseball players strike out sometimes.
Right. And that's why understanding the concept of an edge, the fourth truth, is so crucial.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that we're playing a probability game, not a certainty game.
And that fifth truth, every moment in the market is unique, reminds us that we can't just rely on past patterns to guide our decisions. We have to be adaptable.
Exactly. We have to stay present, be aware of the current market conditions, and constantly adjust our approach. It's about being responsive, not reactive.
Okay, so we've got these 5 fundamental truths.
Right.
And we understand how they can be turned into powerful beliefs. But how do we actually make that shift from head knowledge to really embodying them?
That's the real work, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what we'll explore in the next part.
So we've laid out these 5 fundamental truths of trading, and we've talked about how they can be transformed into powerful beliefs. But how do we actually bridge that gap, between intellectual understanding and true deep integration? Because it's one thing to agree with these concepts in our heads, but it's another thing entirely to have them show up in our trading behavior, especially when the pressure is on.
That's where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? And this is precisely why Douglas cautions against rushing into the trading exercises in Chapter 11. Without this foundation of understanding the nature of beliefs, those exercises could easily become just another mechanical process instead of the profound mental shift they're designed to create.
Right. He uses the example of Bob the CTA, who intellectually understood the concept of probabilities, but still couldn't bring himself to act on that understanding in his trading.
Yeah.
It's almost as if there was this disconnect between his head and his gut.
It highlights the fact that simply knowing something intellectually isn't enough. We have to train our minds to actually embody those beliefs, to make them part of our intuitive responses to the market. And that takes time, effort, and a willingness to challenge our existing assumptions.
So what are some practical steps we can take to start bridging that gap? To move these truths from our heads into our hearts, so to speak?
Well, one powerful technique is visualization.
Okay.
Imagine yourself trading from a place of complete acceptance of these truths. See yourself calmly navigating the ups and downs of the market, making decisions based on your edge without fear or hesitation.
It's almost like creating a mental blueprint for the trader we want to become.
Exactly. And the more we rehearse that mental picture, the more we reinforce those neural pathways, making it more likely that we'll act in alignment with those beliefs when it matters most.
Another technique Douglas emphasizes is journaling not just about our trades, but about our thoughts and emotions surrounding those trades.
It's about bringing awareness to those moments where our beliefs are clashing with the realities of the market, for example. If we find ourselves feeling euphoric after a win or devastated after a loss, it's a signal that we might be clinging to beliefs about control or certainty that are simply not true.
So by noticing those patterns in our thinking, we can start to consciously challenge them and replace them with beliefs that are more aligned with the 5 fundamental truths.
It's a process for sure. It's not about flipping a switch and suddenly becoming the perfect trader, but it's about making a conscious commitment to aligning our mental operating system with the realities of the market.
And remembering that this is an ongoing journey. There will be setbacks, there will be moments of doubt, but the more we engage in this work of examining and reshaping our beliefs, the more we'll create the mental conditions for consistent trading success.
And that's what's truly exciting about this chapter. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about empowering ourselves to become the traders we're capable of being.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Chapter 9 of Trading in the Zone, I want to leave you with this. What beliefs are currently shaping your trading experience?
Think about it, and how well are those beliefs serving you? Are they helping you navigate the market with a sense of calm and clarity, or are they causing you to second-guess yourself, make impulsive decisions, or chase losses?
Because the answers might just surprise you, and they could hold the key to unlocking a whole new level of trading performance. See you all with the Chapter 10 deep dive soon. Take care and happy trading.